What I like about a lot of these different secant tangent, secant secant kind of setups for circles is usually there's a lot of relationship between each of them. So if you watch the previous video where we talked about secant secant intersections, you're going to see this is almost exactly the same. In fact, the way the tangent part of this is going to work is actually kind of amusing in some ways. So we're going to take a look here, and we're going to say that here we have a nice secant line. We have from B to D and B to C. This is going to be very much set up just like it was with our secant-secant intersection in the last video, where we took the long length from B to D and multiplied it by just the short length from B to C. We're going to turn over to tangent and we're going to go, well, look, tangent doesn't have that. It doesn't have an interior part of the circle because it only touches on this one outside part. So we're going to start the same way. We're going to say, well, look, B to A, and we go, well, look, there's nothing else for it to multiply by. And you go, well, okay, that's true. So we'll take the long length, B to A, and the short length, which is B to A. It's just the same for the tangent line. It's short and long length are just the same thing. And so one way to think about it really is just that you take your secant setup the same way as before, and you just square the tangent length that you're working with. So it's very similar to secant-secant, it's just that tangent only has one section to work with, so you use that same section twice. Having said that, let's go ahead and take a look at an example here. You should see here that the secant is this one that looks almost horizontal. It crosses through at 2 points and keeps going forever, and our tangent just hits at 1 point here. All we have to do is take our long length here, so we're going to have x minus 2 plus 3, so x minus 2 plus 3 times the short length of 3, that's going to be equal to our 6 squared, so 6 times itself. Now this looks a little messy, but negative 2 plus 3 is just 1, so we're going to say x plus 1 times 3 is equal to 6 squared. This means that 3x plus 3 is going to equal 36, and this is really nice because everything is divisible by 3. You have a couple routes you could take to this now, but I'm just going to subtract 3 from both sides, kind of clean this up really nicely. We get 3x equals 33. About tired of looking at 3's, aren't we? Now x is going to have to equal 11, and that's what it asks us to find here.